Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Merry Christmas Eve, Mosh Pit. I hope you all are having a great holiday season. And of course, if you don't celebrate, then I just hope you're having a great day here on a Wednesday. Thank you all very much for all the support, of course, going on into the holiday week. It's exciting. I like Christmas. You know, Christmas is one of those holidays. It's just always a good time, and I wish it was colder outside, like I was saying the other day. But you know what? We can't get everything what we want. We somehow have made it on the weather naughty list. Look, I don't know. Here's your meme of the day / mosh pet of the day, brought to you by Larry the Pig. Title of the thread was best way to spend the night. My cat also agrees. And in the thread, they said, Larry said, my cat has just started joining me when I watch my daily Sinvicta video. Also first time poster and love the community. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you as well as your cat. I mean, he looks enthralled there, Larry. So, yeah. Again, I don't know why cats love me, but they just do. They know that I don't like them, and I think that's what attracts them to me. It's safe for a lot of things. Oh boy, Curse the Blind here. 9 November 4 Yankee, Zulu Zulu 7 Whiskey. We've got some kind of mullet, and it's also Curse the Blind. So we also have Guppy's Paw. Again, terrible tears right here, but good damage to start with, as well as Little Steven, which, you know, Little Steven is okay. Little Steven's okay. I've got no problem with him. It's a common misconception that I don't like Little Steven. I think that he's good. I think that he can help out with early game DPS. The only downside that I fault him for, and this is something I've mentioned before, is the fact that his shots, the way that the homing shots work, they tend to kind of go around enemies and push them inadvertently towards Isaac. So if I'm trying to run away from something and then all of a sudden they get a little burst of speed forward, that can be kind of dangerous in certain circumstances here. Who's ever seen, look at this, we're trying to go for some kind of offensive halitosis play here. And honestly, halitosis kind of crushed it. So Guppy's Paw is going to take a red heart container and turn it to 3 soul hearts, but hopefully we can get this soul heart. Oh my gosh, there's another dang tinted rock right here. Well, let's go see if we can get ourselves a Bomba. But yeah, it's going to take one of our permanent red heart containers, turn it into 3 soul hearts. So in under an emergency situation, you can use it for giving yourself just some protection. The most common use that I've found for Guppy's Paw, at least whenever I play with it, and when I use it in an actual real world setting, is whenever I get 9 lives. If I happen to drop one of the lives for whatever reason, I can just boom, hit Guppy's Paw, and then instantly go back to 3 soul hearts. It's very, very crucial. Excuse me, halitosis. Were you forgetting to do something there? Does the top part of halitosis does not work? What is this madness? Or is there a cooldown on the effect? Okay, there must be a cooldown on the effect, I guess. Okay, yeah. I did not know that. I thought it was just a poison field no matter what. And of course, the poison does help out a lot, especially you just saw it just take out the dips right there. And we get a Cat of Nine Tails. Okay, it's damage and shot speed. It's not exactly tears, but I'll take it. We just need to go back and find a Bomba so we can get this other tinted rock, and we may not have to actually go and use Guppy's Paw. Problem is that there's no bomb in here, and there probably won't be unless there's one more. We have one more room that we've not cleared yet. So we need a Hangman card or just a Bomba. Honestly, this room usually drops a bomb, and it didn't this time. Okay, so we're just going to have to make do with just 1 soul heart, and honestly, that's better than what we've done with other runs so far, so we'll take it. Not a bad start, but we definitely do not want to curse on the next floor. Here we are here on floor 2, and also here we are for last week's question of the episode, coming in from the Spin Down for What episode, which is a title I'm pretty sure I've used already before. That's one of those moments where I just don't remember, just because every title that I come up with is there's not a whole lot of thought that goes into them. Sometimes it just kind of depends on what happened in the run, or sometimes it just if I've seen a show or anime that I was just fancying that day. We cannot lose this soul heart here, Isaac. So. This one coming in from Ethan242 or T42, who said, question of the episode, do you think it would be interesting if the various penny trinkets had an effect when picking up a quarter item? What do you think of the various trinkets would do, and what about picking up the dollar item? That would be very cool. I could definitely see the appeal of having the penny trinkets doing other things too. What I will say from a game balance standpoint is that that would never happen because they already do something different, each and every one of them. But if you wanted to give them an additional interaction with the quarter, and then maybe just a souped up version of that. So if you had, like, let's say that you had the charge penny and you picked up the quarter, right? The charge penny then turns into something akin to, like, say, maybe Jacob's Ladder, which you can then smelt and then get other penny trinkets. I think that would be interesting. If you ended up getting the quarter, or if you ended up getting the dollar bill, with the charge trinket, it would give you just like giant lightning bolts coming out of the shots and stuff. I think it's an interesting case to be made, for sure. You know, if you had let's say the blessed penny and you picked up the quarter, it gives you like 5 soul hearts, something crazy like that. Okay, we're not losing this devil deal here, game. Man, I would love to get PH Dizzle here, and it's definitely possible we can get everything that we want in a bag of chips on top of that. Never mind, just kidding. I forgot that was not a temperance machine. So there's still a possibility that we can get this, though, but it's going to cost us this Wheel of Fortune card and a very well-placed bomb, and also a nickel from the keeper. I think we got it easily. You actually get PhD as well as this soul heart, and that's the best case scenario here. Oh my gosh, we get a horse pill. So and that's a very timely horse pill, because this perfectly kind of exemplifies the fact of what I was trying to get at when it came to the penny trinkets question of the day. In that the effect gets like quadrupled if you end up getting the dollar bill, especially since the dollar bill is so dang rare. So if you had the blessed penny, you pick up a quarter, it guarantees drops you, like, let's say 3 soul hearts or something like that. If you get the dollar, it gives you, who knows, right, a ridiculous amount of soul hearts, or maybe it just gives you full HP no matter what. That'd be really cool. I'm gonna end up taking the nail here for a couple reasons, namely because we need an HP generator, and B, it also negates the need for us to have a bomb, because we can just walk over rocks. Also, look at the size of this map. I just want to point this out. Just look at the size of this friggin' map. This is floor 2 game. You see here, I use the nail, which is going to give us a movement speed down, but also give us a half heart, and on top of that, give us a nice damage upgrade, which is pretty nice, and the stompy effect too. So. Bad Gas had no effect on Monstro. I guess they do share the cooldown. Now we need to go into the devil deal here. Even though we've already been in here, that's because we do not want an angel deal, Preston. Although that wouldn't have mattered anyway because we already took a devil deal. So we can get a Bomba here. Let's get another soul heart. And there wasn't really anything else that we could roll for. We could bomb the fortune telling machine, but now apparently the devil deal thing that people were talking about was when I re-entered the mom fight in that one episode. I don't even honestly remember which episode people were talking about now. When I re-entered the boss fight after using, or the mom room after using the Fool card to get out of boss rush, the devil deal was still open. Now that's just me basically just not even seeing it, or I was just focused on just going to the next floor at that point. So if that's what people were talking about, then sure, whatever. Well, I'm only saying that because it's one of like the most upvoted comments on there. It's like, oh, can you believe what's Invicta missed this time? It's like, okay. I'm glad that that's the most important thing. For some reason I want to go in the curse room here. And yes, I'm very upset about getting super jumped for a second there. We do have a priest card, or a high priestess card, which is going to allow us to one-shot the boss on this floor. But right now, the biggest focus that we need to be hoping for is getting a Tears upgrade, and PhD gives us an avenue to get that Tears upgrade that would really change the scope of this run. Because our base damage is fine. Our base damage is actually okay. It's acceptable right now. 5.57. It's not a damage stat that I would like to finish the run with, but for now, it's good enough to get us through the early game to mid game here. And then we beef it up even more with the nail to 7.89. So yeah, it's a sturdy amount of damage. But we want more. We need more. Wow, we got another Balls of Steel pill. And that has been pretty nice pool of pills so far, thanks to PH Dizzle. Okay, I'm getting real tired of you Psyhorfs giving us the big leap. That's the second time on this floor, by the way. Not Psyhorfs, Psytrites. You know who I'm talking about. I mean, I guess we take E. coli, but Emperor card, okay, so we can at least use that for the chest or the dark chest. It's a little bit early to be holding on to an Emperor card, but here's the Psyhorfs. Seagram's guaranteed to be there, so glad we got this room to tell me that. And look at the range on Low Steven. Low Steven hooking us up here with the easy peasy snipes. I'm going to bomb this for the possible nickel or the flat penny. Okay. He's been a real big problem for us lately, and I do not mind that at all. Be fallen. We can't just insta-gib him right now. We have to wait for him to split and then use the High Priestess card. Got both of them, and yep. Okay. Why did we not get any? Ah, it's because we didn't have a key. Well, no, we can't do this here because even if we have a key, we still can't open it. Although, I am going to do the boss trap room real quick. Or mob trap room here. You get a key, and we also get a golden heart, which could give us even more keys. So this is a worthy sacrifice of our black heart here. I was not expecting Grub to drop maggots after that, though. There we go. Yeah, so look at that. So we end up with 6 keys now. And that was totally worth it. So now what we can do is we can go open up this golden chest, which undoubtedly has one of the best damage upgrades in the world, which is Cricket's Head, right? Right? But we get our keys back. We get our bomb back. So it didn't really cost us anything except 1 bomb, and that's fine. Good. We also have a full charge on the nail. Oh, wait. That's what I was going back to get as well. Got to get our Emperor card out of here. And we can take the blue map. Now we have plenty of money thanks to our golden heart. And now we also have access to the super secret room. So you see how kind of the avenues kind of play out. You know, one play led to another. We get an eternal heart, which gives us an HP upgrade at the next floor. Beautiful. Great turn of events there. Chain of events, I give it a thumbs up. Okay, so as always, whenever you have the blue map, you can sort of kind of infer where the boss room is, depending on where the super secret room is. Not all the time, of course, but it's usually you can kind of tell. Yeah, that pays for our curse room entry, so I might as well go in here now and take us to the Devil Deal, which gives us our second Guppy item, as well as Abadabba Ding Dong, which is also going to give us our second Leviathan item. So it's a run of seconds here. I'm going to go for Guppy's head first. Because we're undoubtedly going to get bounced into the spikes. No, we didn't. We'll take Abadabba Ding Dong here. Going to give us movement speed as well as damage. And we get Guppy out of freaking nowhere. Man. December continues to pay out with Guppy transformations. Merry Christmas, everybody. Holy moly. Now, speaking of Christmas here, I'd like to preface this by saying I'm very curious about this question that I'm about to ask you. So I assume that most of my audience we are all adults, and as an adult, when was the last time you actually had a Christmas list put together? Did your wife or husband or partner, did they ask you to put one down? Did you have to make a list for your kids to have something to shop with? What's the protocol there? Or do you just genuinely just make Christmas lists every year? I'm curious because this is something that seems like more of a novelty than anything. A lot of times for families, and you know, for me, I personally put together Christmas lists when asked to do so. Mama Victa usually has no clue what I want throughout the year because that always changes. Oh yeah. So it helps her out a lot, is just to figure out, you know, okay, what does he want this year? And you know, I don't ask for much. The problem with me is that I just buy stuff. If I want something, I just go buy it. To like obviously with limitations. I don't just be like, oh, today I feel like having a Rolls Royce and go drop, you know, $1 million on a car. I wish I had that kind of money. In fact, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be spending on a car. That's for dang sure. No. We'd be having some major big old giveaways in the mosh pit. Speaking of which, nice little segue here. Don't forget that tomorrow is the final monthly mosh pit giveaway that we're doing on Twitch, twitch.tv/Invicta. So if you're in the Discord and you've not already done so, please make sure you send a message to one of the moderators so they have your prize priority list. We've got lots of great games, lots of great merchandise up for grabs for everybody, for totally free. It costs you absolutely nothing. Just gotta be in the Twitch chat. If you're not part of now the Discord is a paid Discord to, you know, just incentivize people who want to go that little extra mile and subscribe to my channel, or you know, pay for a subscription. It gives it a nice little bonus perk that we can tack on, and you know, it's a great place to be. Lots of good people in the mosh pit. Get more balls of steel. A range up, please. All I want is just the Tears Up game. We should be guaranteed a W here from this floor. I'm just gonna YOLO it because we have the Midas Touch Heart again. We also have all these golden pills, or not golden pills, balls of steel pills. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Wait, did I take that range up? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Look at the size of this map, man. I can just tell from the position of where the super secret room is, I can just tell that this map is absolutely ginormous. Even as a kid, I didn't make much of a Christmas list for Santa. I wasn't really sure how it got to him, and I was always that curious kid to be like, how does this work? Like, how is this making this? I remember when I had my 3DS, before I knew anything about electronics, I'd be enamored with the idea that, okay, so how does the screen know what blue is, like the color blue? You know, it was like that sort of thing. Oh, we get a teleport here. We know it's a teleport because this chest is empty. Next to Guppy's eye, and look at this. We finally get ourselves a Tears upgrade, and on top of that, we also get the Leviathan transformations. So it's just a month about the transformations that have been kind of guiding us through all December. And man, again, you look at it's so crazy how just different the months can be in Isaac. There's such a clear, defined line, and it might be recency bias. It might just be me influeing the perception of how these videos go. But to me, it's like night and day. I mean, we had no. I don't think we had any Guppy transformations in November. We only had one new, and to be fair, we haven't had a new since then. But now here in December, it's just been Guppy after Guppy after Guppy. And I'm certainly not complaining. I'm just saying it's so crazy that the game can just have, the game doesn't know what date it is other than the dailies. So it doesn't know that I'm recording this in December, right? It only knows that I'm recording this now. And there should be no discernible reason for the game to be like this, to where there's like, we can assign a personality to every single month like I've been doing for most of this year. But there's a level of like, wow, this month is truly different. I actually need more bombs than pills here, or bombs than keys. Just looking for our item room too. That was, by the way, that was Charge Baby that gives us that charge there. It's going to be to the bot. Yeah, it's going to be all the way up there, isn't it? Tinted Rock right here. You couldn't hit me there, Chief. Oh, that was a double Tinted Rock too. I'm trying to bully Pile here. Yep. You get a Tears upgrade. We already know what's inside of that, inside of the Devil Deal. And I don't think there's any way that we make Boss Rush, even if we went down to the floor right now. So I'm not gonna skip the item room in lieu of Boss Rush. I'm accepting that we are not going to get it. It seemed the nice little thing about Halitosis is that it does have a range far extending the hitbox, the regular hitbox of Isaac. So if you're better at maneuvering than I am, you could use that to your advantage while you're sitting over rocks or just somewhere safe where the enemies cannot get to you, but you can still attack them with the poison of Halitosis. Now, yes, we could pop the Emperor card, but then we would be sacrificing everything on this floor, and that's a fairly hefty cost. We are Guppy, obviously. Wow, another Golden Heart, and Guppy certainly helps things here. But I don't think that it's worth. I don't think it's worth sacrificing the whole level for, unless if I just really wanted to get this run over with. Stigmata again. Stigmata, one of those clutch items you always love to see. Okay, Curse the Maze. Need you to chill out here, Curse the Maze. There's a sack room here, but it's like that we're going to have to go, I guess, north? Or is this one of those, we got to go south before we can go north type scenarios here, game? Okay, there's our full card, but again, it doesn't really matter because we've already passed the boss rush threshold. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been reaching out on the subreddit, as well as sending me emails. People who have acting experience in theater. Just sharing their tips and tricks and stuff, and that stuff is great. Please continue doing that, because I love hearing the different, just the different backgrounds of people, and also just kind of understanding the level of the mindset to be in of being an actor. Bad gas. We've already had one of those. Sun card. Just gonna pop this now because we're not gonna take that over the Emperor card. And now is a great time for us to have money equals power. That's for sure. Yeah, people have been sending me some really heartfelt, nice messages, with genuine people genuinely want to see me do this, and want to offer their advice. And that's what I love about the Mosh Pit, is just that it's comprised of amazing, wonderful people who are not just doing this just to have a some type of weird parasocial relationship with just another streamer or YouTuber. It's people who legitimately just want to help, because just out of the kindness of their heart. And that's why I've always been so proud of the community that I've made here, and I'm really lucky to have the Mosh Pit. Seriously, I love that I can just take interest in something, and there's always going to be at least one person out there who happens to do the thing that I want to do, that are more than willing to share advice and guidance and that sort of thing. I mean, you don't get to, you really do not get to experience that as a you don't see that happening these days, especially as a streamer or YouTuber. And I say that kind of stuff, and I don't know, it doesn't really seem to get that much of a reaction out of the comments, which I find a little odd. That people are like, yeah, the Mosh Pit. I mean, well, I take that. That's not true at all. We frequently get, by we I mean us, as in like the Mosh Pit. We frequently get commented on and praised for being abnormally supportive in a world that is very not supportive of a lot of things. And that kind of stuff it just reassures me that we've got something special here. That the Mosh Pit is so widely recognized to be one of the best communities for stream, out of any streamer communities that are out there. It's just not the right way to go, is it? I'm almost tempted just to pop this Emperor card. I feel like we're getting taken for a ride right now. I don't trust that this is the way to Mom at all. I feel like we're getting taken for a ride. Good damage there on Halitosis. Yeah. On one big snipe hunt over here. Yeah, I knew we were cooked the second that I saw that. The second I decided to bomb that that room with the blast assist. It's not over here either. Pretty much guaranteed. We're just going backwards at this point. You may notice that I'm not even dodging the little egglets right now because Halitosis is strong enough to actually take them out. We get this really nice little force field of safety. Okay. I'm going to go in the direction that I'm pretty sure I know where the boss is at this point. The whole goal of this is just to avoid doing this room. Not because this room is particularly hard, I just don't feel like doing it. Another balls of steel pill. Yeah. I knew it. This is what we like to call in the business a void size map. First the XL rearing its ugly head again. First time on this run, of course. This month definitely has had its fair share of curses, I will say that. Pentagram, which is going to give us a nice damage upgrade and help out with our Guppy fly damage as well. I don't know if Bad Breath does scale with Isaac's base damage. It feels like it does. Going in for some quick little cheeky damage there. Thank you, Charge Baby. Damage now sitting at 11.32 whenever we have the nail procced. We did get a double deal, so we only got robbed out of one possible double deal, and never mind. We got a Krampus fight. Lava Coal would go hard here. Here we go. I've been hanging out with different communities, streamer communities over the last few weeks, and it's been fun. You know, meeting new people, meeting people who are just, you know, they're just different from my usual friends that I don't have anymore online, and it's nice meeting a new group of people, and you know, just getting to learn, just getting to meet new people is always exciting, right? Because you get to kind of show them how you are, but you also get to learn how they are, and you know, and they all have their personality quirks, and you know, and they're all streamers too. So, but even the new people that I've met, they have already commented on how amazing my community is when they sit back and they lurk, or they just watch the Twitch streams. And you know, and that's not to oh my god, we did have a tears up. We did have a tears up pill. We just didn't get one until just now. And of course, that's not to say that the Twitch mosh pit's any better than the YouTube mosh pit. It's all the same group. But my point of this is that even the new friends that I've made over the last couple weeks they've lurked in, and they felt the need to DM me and tell me it's amazing how incredibly generous and caring your community is for you. And it's, you know, I try to be humble about that kind of thing. And at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, you know, these people are what allow me to do this full time. You all are what give me. You are the people who give me this job, and it reinforces that idea that, you know, it's just it really isn't just an old school, very caring, accepting community, and they love their streamer, and I just happen to be that streamer. I do often feel like it's somewhat undeserved sometimes, the level of support that I get, which you know, I'm always very humbled by it. I always feel like there's so many nice people in the mosh pit that I don't feel like I do enough for them. It's a I don't say insecurity, but it's something that I've talked about over the years before. It's just how I always kind of feel like I'm just not contributing to anything. We've got doctors, we've got musicians, we've got, you know, amazing artists, and we've got and nurses, and you know, people who affect the world and society in a positive way. And I feel like that their contributions are just so vital. And I'm just an idiot that plays video games for fun and for entertainment. Yeah, we do a victory lap. Second seed, 7-6 Delta Whiskey, 6 Tango Mike Delta. I don't know why there's no music. I did report the kidney stone thing to Zombolus, by the way. Made sure that he saw it. I know that I did a live reporting to him in that episode, but I suppose it was not really needed here. Yeah, you know, it's around this time. Holidays come around. I get a little sappy. Thankful for another year of being able to do this. Okay. because there's so many people who try, who really give it the old college try to be a streamer, to be a YouTuber, and they're not able to get to cross that threshold. And it's not due to lack of trying or even lack of talent either. It's just that you gotta have people to watch you. You know, and I've said it for a little bit now, especially this year. Despite views going down, or the lower the likes for one reason or another, the mosh pit still is supporting me, and I'm still lucky enough to keep being able to continue to do this. And that's why I always have that feeling of, I feel like you could be doing more. That's why I'm doing such a huge giveaway, because I feel like that's just something I owe people. And it's funny that one of the streamers that I've recently met and started hanging out with a little bit. I've been hanging out in her chat and everything. I won't say who it is, just people don't like being talked about, but I mentioned the Mosh Pit giveaway because she casually was asking me, hey, what do you have planned for this week? I want to catch some streams. I told her, I said, we got Isaac, Mega Bonk, Ball Pit coming up, and Thursday's our big giveaway, Christmas giveaway at the end of the year. She said, oh, what are you giving away? And I told her, I said, shirts, hats, signed merchandise, games. We got like $1,000 up to $1,000 in this giveaway. And that she kind of like freaked out a little bit. She was like, you're just handing out just money like that? And I said, well, not really money. I mean, there is a $100 gift card on there thanks to Supers J, but it's not that kind of thing. Is just, that's normal for me, right? Like we do a monthly Mosh Pit giveaway on Twitch all the time, every single month, and you don't see that kind of thing that often. And I guess that she was just surprised at the magnitude of what we were giving away this month, which I didn't take as a negative either. I took that as a positive. I'm like, yeah, that means I'm, I respect and thank my community to the point of wanting to do that. I feel like I could be. I wish I could do more. I wish I was making Mr. Beast levels of money and just could say, all right, we're giving away $10,000 this month. There's certain regulations you have to follow too for legal purposes, but I just wish I could give back more. And we get some games. Some of the game keys are bought by myself. I spend my own money on it. Some keys are provided to us by the actual developers. Other keys are actually given to us by the community, by the Mosh Pit. And the merch, the merch I've paid out of pocket for to be manufactured and done. Now we're getting all the tiers upgrades. There was a time that I felt, and it still kind of holds true too, is whenever if you're being an up and coming streamer or YouTuber and you're like, hey, everybody, subscribe now and be entered into a drawing for a $25 Amazon card. I think when people hear giveaway or something like that, that's what they think of first. Like you're trying to buy subscribers or something like that. And that may have been what she was kind of questioning. Again, not in a bad way, just a curious way. But obviously I think that is way different than just giving games out of game keys from developers and just trying to give back. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to. You don't even have to be an active subscriber to be in the monthly Mosh Pit giveaway. Being on the Discord helps, but it's not part of it. It's not a necessary. You have to give me money to be eligible for this giveaway, because A, that's illegal, and B, I don't run it like that. This is basically just a free double deal here. It's in robes. Maybe we can get a heart back. Yeah, there we go. What are you? First moon card. Well, I don't lose my telepills, but I'll hold on to this. This is fine. There we go. Yeah, so a free double deal there. We get a damage upgrade with Invicta robes, and also, of course, okay, game. Also, of course, we gain Incubus. Incubus has been showing up a lot lately, too. And one day the game will let me see the map that we paid for. But this floor is not that floor. Yeah, I think there's a difference between just being like, hey, bros, sign up now and you get to be on the wheel for 25 bucks cash. You know, I think there's a difference between that and, hey, you know, thanks for supporting the channel. Every month we do a monthly Mosh Pit giveaway where you can buy these virtual tickets that cost no real dollars. You earn the points by, oh my gosh. You earn the points by just simply watching my channel, and then at the end of the month that you can use those points and win cool stuff. I think there's kind of a big difference there. So we've gone from having no tiers upgrades to having all the tier upgrades, and then some. We overcapped. If you're wondering what broke the tiers cap for us, it was the eye drops. For you. All the stuff. No idea where our boss is. Remember, we started in the Ultra Secret room here, so guess is as good as mine and where the shop is. Flatworm. Hot bombs. Eh. He gives us 5 bombs. Also gives us, you know, spicy bombs. Now's the time for a 5 room, I tell you what. 2 room is in the room D20. It's not like the 3 room, which is global or map wide. I don't know where the shop is, and quite frankly, I just don't feel like looking for it. Not on Curse of the Lost. A little bit scary that the turrets are champions there. And this will give us a movement speed upgrade. Okay, maybe let's not get a Curse of the Lost this time. Just Curse of Darkness. Guppy's Paw again. Welcome back, Guppy's Paw. Come full circle. People have been asking me if I've seen the new Avatar movie, and the answer is no, I have not. I saw one. The first Avatar was I've talked about this before already. I've talked about everything before these videos, let's be honest, but the first one I've said before, say again, was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever seen in a movie theater. Just the way that the 3D was done, and it was very immersive experience. And I'd never seen a 3D film before that, so I thought it was incredible to me. The second one I did not see in theaters. By that point, I just didn't really care too much. But I did see it, and I thought that it was pretty much the same movie. So, and from what I hear for the third one, of course, please don't spoil anything if you've seen it in the comments. Gotta be respectful because people probably still have not seen the movie, but at the time of this recording anyway, I have not seen it, and I probably won't because I hear it's over 3 hours. And from what I've been told, it's also kind of the same movie 3 times in a row. So James Cameron sounds like he's not really branching out too much, which, I mean, obviously I can't criticize the man because I played the same damn game for over 11 years now straight. But, you know, that being said, I'm not trying to tell a story here. The Polaroid, no. No. Check out Boss Rush real quick. Oh, mama. That is a lot of damage. You know what? Yeah, we can just use this. Now, if you're wondering what else is going on here, remember we have Echo Chamber. That's the item that we picked up inside of. You're funny, game. That is the item that we picked up inside the Ultra Secret room. So for the next 3 or 4 card uses, we're going to get taken to the Emperor. We're going to get taken to the boss room, which is why I was kind of trying to hope to save it for one more floor so we get guaranteed. Because I always forget the nerfed version of Echo Chamber, if it's 3 or if it's 5 of your last used items. So any pill that we see, any tarot card that we see, any rune that we see is going to automatically take us to the boss room, or at least it should. But of course, now the pills have disappeared, so have the tarot cards. We've gone the wrong way. These mascaras is going to absolutely giga pump our damage, though. We're getting pills all over the place, game. What happened? Now we're just not. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna make me find the boss room here, aren't you? There's a tinted rock right here. I wouldn't mind small rock actually. Whew. Man, that was damage and a half. Sty is also gonna be pretty nice too. Got another curse item. Another curse out of this, so like 3 or 4 curses in a row now. Okay, so that was a pill, so that pill will take us to the boss room. Here we go. We don't really need Cambi Conception or a Contract from Below. We still should get, I believe, 2 more uses out of that Emperor card. Think. Now, it does not go off of your spacebar item, thankfully. Death card, so this should take us again to Isaac, and then 1 more use should take us to Blue Baby. That would have been cool if the death card actually went off in here. Trying to use Cube of Meat here to give us a little bit of a front. Combine that with Halo of Flies along with Big Fan. Give us a lot of projectile protection. That's a very tongue-twisty word to say. And Echo Chamber really sealing the deal here, but, you know, again, the story of this is going to be the fact that we got Guppy yet again. And Guppy is just, you know, December keeps showing out, and I'm honestly all for it. Wow, the teleporter went straight to the boss. Yeah, this is Isaac being done with this run. So you know what? I'll take it, game. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Happy holidays. And again, if you don't celebrate the holidays, then I just hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday here. And one final reminder: don't forget, if you are a lurker, even if you don't actively participate in the Twitch chat, but you've lurked there before, you probably have some points saved up. So make sure you go check out Sinvicta.tv. If you're not in the Discord, that'll show you exactly where to go. That shows you what the prizes are for this month on the monthly Mosh Pit giveaway. You just go to Sinvicta.tv, look for the monthly Mosh Pit giveaway category. You'll see it there. Please don't buy it. I've put it at a ridiculous price because you're not supposed to buy it. And then you can see the prizes are up for grabs, and you can message a Twitch moderator and they will put you down on the list in case you can't make it for tomorrow. But again, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Happy holidays, and thank you for making the channel for what it is and supporting all my content. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like OWTFLOL, Missy, Old Hispanic Guy, and Cool A. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.